unless you get on this world stage, and sometimes they're not available. We'll see if it has an impact and helps him. Liakhovich has been made very timid by that initial left hook that hurt him. He's thinking to himself, I don't want to overcommit. I want to make sure that I make my punches count.
Has there been a punch thrown in this round?
You know, only a couple. There's a few jabs.
Oh, big body shot there by Liakhovich. Maybe that'll start something.
And they don't want him on the ropes, Liakhovich, as Shannon Briggs comes forward.
And I'm surprised Briggs didn't continue to come forward. He had him on the ropes. He backed off for some reason.
You know, Shannon Briggs is a guy who talks a lot about activity in the ring, but for the most part, as we said, he fights in spurts. He doesn't look to sustain a lot of activity in the ring.
Well, he obviously is just looking for that one big punch,
which he almost had in round one.
But he also knows that Liakhovich has a very good chin. It's very tough to get him down.
And honestly, I would have thought we would have a quicker pace early in this fight. Even though I suggested Liakhovich doesn't want to take risks early in this fight, I still would have thought he would be a little bit more active, but that was slowed by that first round that Briggs had.
Liakhovich inviting Briggs in just now. You see him wink at him and usher him in. He said, all right, come on in. I can take it. But this is one punch at a time, each guy. No sustained action. No combinations. They are not letting their hands go whatsoever.
And certainly from Liakhovich, we saw much more combination punching and activity in the Brewster fight. This is a round that, you know, it's hard to score, except most of the action's been from Liakhovich.
Liakhovich with a left hook upstairs. Again, Briggs just waves it off.
Now, Liakhovich has a better left hook than people think, and he's landing it against Briggs now.
Keep dropping it like that, he's going to start jumping on you in a minute with right hands. And you know what? He don't have to hit you on the head. He can hit you on the shoulder or something, you know. You hit them corners moving. When you near the ropes, you get your left hand up. Okay. Now, offensively, double up your jab. Double up your jab. Okay. And when he goes back like that, keep going. Keep stepping up. And you ain't through it.
Great advice by Kenny Weldon. And look how it works. See, it pushes Shannon Briggs back. And what he wants is for Liakhovich to take one more step in and see if the right hand will get there. And not a right hand to the body. He was just getting ready to throw, but a right to the head.
And that is great advice, because Briggs can be outboxed. You know, he's got the edge and experience over Liakhovich, but he was schooled by George Foreman, even though Briggs won by controversial decision. The combinations of Franz Botha worked. That was a draw. And he lost to Jamil McCline, but McCline's boxed well against him.
Tall heavyweights who use a jab, follow with the right hand, keep their distance, and fight at their own pace are very tough for Shannon Briggs to deal with.
We haven't seen enough of that good stiff jackhammer ramrod jab of Shannon Briggs. I don't know what he's waiting for there.
Briggs came in at 268. It's much higher than he has before. Look, he looks like an in-shape 268. Make no mistake about it. And he's talked about all the sparring he did. But with all that, he's been very inactive for the most part in this fight, except for round one, in which he hurt Liakhovich and then did go after him to a point.
Briggs spent a couple of big right hand missing by Liakhovich,
and was countered with a left hook by Briggs. I'm not sure that left hook didn't get Liakhovich's attention.
Liakhovich digging to the body now.
Okay.
Soft pawing jab by Shannon Briggs, having no effect.
Couple of right hands by Briggs, pushes Liakhovich back. And again, he's on the ropes, which is not where they want him to be. See if he can counterpunch off those ropes.
Yeah, Kenny Weldon can't be happy with this.
Liakhovich talking to Briggs, trying to lure him in.
But he's not throwing anything, Briggs. He's got him where he wants him. Liakhovich just a target, a sitting duck. And Briggs did not take advantage. He let him off the hook. So, yes, Liakhovich is trying to draw Briggs in.
Another round in which the punch output is very low for both men, and it makes it a difficult round to score. Briggs landed a couple of good shots. Liakhovich has thrown more punches.
You can do the punch count on one hand in this round. And the crowd continues to be very upset.
Well, in a million years, I didn't expect this slow a pace in this fight. That's really surprising to me on all levels, especially coming off the Brewster match with Liakhovich.
Briggs starting to open up a little more with the jab. That was two good jabs, but he doesn't follow it up. Combination upstairs, left, right, to the neck area by Liakhovich.
That's the first combination really he's thrown in this fight, Steve.
Did he say that? Finally, let his hands go with more than one punch.
Round. You want him big. Got it even. Listen to me. Now you're coming out. Keep your legs out. Okay? Stop rolling your hands. Stop rolling your hands. Walk him down. Okay? Listen, walk him down. Stop rolling your hands. Put your shoulder up. Walk him down. Sneak that jab in. That one down is killing him. Okay? Keep your hands moving. And what's going to happen? You're going to win this motherfucking thing. Okay? So it's your night. You won that round. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Real hard.
Liakhovich trying to use that jab to push Briggs back. They weren't effective, and instead Briggs landed an interesting combination, a double right hand to the body and to the head. And Liakhovich at the end of the round throwing those combinations, he landed a couple. They weren't big punches, and Briggs quick to give the commentary that it wasn't a big punch.
Round 5 scheduled for 12 WBO Heavyweight Championship. It has been a slow pace, for the most part, sort of robotic, mechanical fight. Not a lot of punches being thrown. Let's see if it opens up some more from here.
Very emphatic in Shannon Briggs' corner, of course, for him to be more active. That's pretty obvious, and now he is, and he's landed. They're trading left hooks.
Liakhovich attempting the jab, 2 in a row there, overhand straight right by Briggs, and just kind of grazed Liakhovich.
You know, Shannon Briggs made the point that Liakhovich has a short reach for a big man, 74 inches. He has a big edge in reach, Briggs. And honestly, I didn't think that was going to be as big a factor in this fight as Briggs was suggesting, but can I tell you, it has been. Good left hook by Liakhovich, but I think Liakhovich is having a hard time with the reach issue.
Well, after 4 majority decision to Briggs, Norm Fraunheim, Arizona Republic, Darren Nichols, BoxingTalk.com, William Stickney Jr. from the Houston Chronicle.
I've got it to draw 2 rounds, 38-38. Now there's the right hand from Liakhovich. That punch should be there for him. It has been for every other heavyweight that throws it a lot against Briggs.
But falling short there. He's throwing it from too far out.
You're absolutely right.
Don't you think? And he, well, you know what? Can't blame him. I mean,
yeah, because he's been countered with that left hook. And again, the reach issue that Briggs talked about may be a factor. So this fight has a few dynamics that are maybe surprising a lot of people, including us.
Liakhovich should better pull his trunks up as well. Starting to slip down.
Well, given the pace this fight is being fought at, it may be favoring Shannon Briggs in terms of how well he can do in the later rounds because he hasn't had to fight at a big pace. Briggs' hands are so low, it's ridiculous. Liakhovich throwing nothing, worried about being countered.
The only thing is, if Briggs is doing sort of an anti-strategy thing here, everybody, of course, thinks he was going to try to take Liakhovich out early. He may be around in the later rounds because of this this pace, but it's going to be totally non-entertaining. It's not going to win fans, and you know, he's going to try to get the W, but it's going to be at a cost.
And Liakhovich himself contributing to this, not very active, although in this round most of the punches thrown by Liakhovich. He's landed some left hooks and some jabs, etc. So he's throwing more punches than Briggs, make no mistake about that, but that's damning with faint praise.
Crisp left hook there on the inside by Liakhovich near the bell. More displeasure from the crowd. The girlfriend of Shannon Briggs, Alana Wilson, all smiles. And there is Irina, the wife of Siarhei Liakhovich. Very tense.
Only one time. Go. Breathe. One more time. You let him back in with this round, all right? So let's get this.
You get that 10 seconds, you gotta get to the ring. I don't want to catch him in the corner, okay?
Yes, sir.
He's breaking down and he's waiting. But you've got to turn up the middle on it.
Only pressure.
Up the middle.
Give it to that.
So far, not very much to turn the crowd on here. There was just one flurry in the opening round by Shannon Briggs. Liakhovich able to escape that barrage, but since that point, it has been quite boring.
Now, the conventional wisdom is that we're headed into rounds in which Liakhovich can get some things done, and he starts here in round 6. Let's see if he picks up the pace, and let's see if Briggs can respond.
Just now, a good left-right combination upstairs by Liakhovich.
The jab, a punch that Liakhovich has, when he uses it, is effective, and he's getting that left hook in pretty well, but it's more of a roundhouse hook.
Yeah, he's got to be careful, because if it's too wide and looping, Briggs can counter with a straight right hand right down the middle, and that's what they want to see from Briggs.
You can feel Liakhovich, though, picking up the pace a bit, and you can feel him zeroing in to land a few more punches. Very hard to walk in and win the heavyweight title as a challenger without throwing many punches.
Double left hook there by Shannon Briggs, a rare combination from him.
Kenny Weldon asking Liakhovich to be more active, and he has been. There's that right to the body, and immediately Briggs tries to counter with the hook. That was what hurt Liakhovich in round 1.
And that hook was a sensational weapon for Lehman Brewster last April against Liakhovich.
Yeah, and though he never did find a way to really counter off that right to the body as much as he might have. These rounds are difficult. Certainly more action from Liakhovich, and probably he's winning this round, but it's not impressive.
Briggs with his left hand down by his hip.
He's almost begging Liakhovich